Dale Reynolds Gaming, racing excellence. Well, hello there, everybody. My name is Dale Reynolds, and I sincerely thank you all very much for coming back to another NASCAR Thunder 2004, the Rookie Championship Season Mode Challenge video. That's right. In the last race, we raced K-Cal's paint scheme at California and did pretty well. Go back and look at the video if you want to take a look. I believe we finished 10th. Yes, we finished 10th at California. In this video, we will be doing race number 11 of 36, which will take place at Richmond for the Pontiac Excitement 400. Excuse me. And yeah, we're doing really good so far. We're almost a third of the way through the season already, and we're doing really good. We have a chance. We have a chance. We're doing ourselves a lot of justice here early on in the season. Legend difficulty 10% race link, no assists. There it is. Boom, bing, bang, boom, chakalaka. This paint scheme that we'll be running here at Richmond is again Dew Storms. This is the second of 4 paint scheme races that he gets. Once again, it is the spike scheme, black and red with the yellow spikes. Right, white, red on the side, the numbers with the yellow and red on the roof. Looks good. It looks really good. The spike scheme is a big fan of mine. So a big shout out and a big thank you to Dew Storm for again creating this paint scheme that we'll be running here at Richmond. So catching everybody back up, Dale O.P. Jarrett won at California, so he's got 4 wins on the season now with 5 top 5s and 8 top 10s. He is just O.P. as fuck in this game, in this season mode so far. He's 64 points ahead of Mark Martin. Ryan Newman is in 3rd. Yours truly in 4th, 94 points behind. So we're still within striking distance. I'll give us that. We're still within striking distance, and we're doing very well at the beginning of this career mode championship challenge. Tony Stewart rounds out the top 5 with Jeff Gordon, Kevin Harvick, Ricky Rudd, Redneck Jesus, and Bobby Labonte in the top 10. Sponsorship, you can see that we are still completing their goals, and they want us to have an average finish in 15th, average start in 20th, finish ahead of Steve Park, and then just participate in the race. So obviously happy about that. Sponsorships are going to be happy, especially after we finish 10th. Engine, body, chassis still being overhauled. We still don't have enough money for the engine shop, so there's not a whole lot for us to do here, ladies and gentlemen. With a car rating of 57, let's go to Richmond. Alright, looks like Rusty Wallace is on the pole. Ladies and gentlemen, let me show you the car setup that I will be using in this event. Again, manual transmission, that's just a preference of mine. Tire pressure is at 20 pounds, a little bit lower. It's a short track. Don't want to go too low though, because you'll really beat up the tires. The downforce, we got a little bit of downforce built in this thing. 75 inches on the front fender flare and 75 degrees on the rear spoiler. I might actually move that down to 70. Suspension is a 40 across the front, and I was using this setup in NASCAR Thunder 2003. 40% on the front and rear springs with just a half turn of wedge knocked out of it. And then a preset 4 for the gear ratios. So that's the setup that I'm going to be using. Rusty Wallace is on the pole. Please feel free to try that setup and let me know how it works out for you guys. This is the setup that I'll be using. If you're playing along with me, I welcome you to play along with me and see how you do as well. So we go qualifying here at Richmond. Oh! So we got the pole position and we beat the field. I ended up running a second lap just to give you guys a good time there as a full speed lap. Car felt pretty good, honestly. I'm not gonna touch anything. 75. I moved that rear spoiler down to a 70. Feels pretty good. It does. It feels pretty good. I'm not going to change anything. We ran a 20.86, which ended up being about 8 tenths faster than Rusty Wallace. 7 or 8 tenths faster than Rusty Wallace. So, Dew Storm on the pole here for Richmond. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, starting from the pole, once again in this NASCAR Thunder 2004, the Rookie Championship Season Mode Challenge. Let's go racing here at Richmond.
The 83 car has put together a great season so far.
Gaining on the leader is tough when you are in the top 5 in points. It takes you having a good race and the leader having a bad one in order to gain anything substantial.
43 Winston Cup engines fire here at Richmond. Ain't that a beautiful sight? Once again, we are on the pole. Hopefully we can come away with a win in this one. Keeping the fire going. Getting this going, man. Sitting out here and setting the mark for all of you to try and recreate. I'm calling myself out. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Starting from the pole here at Richmond. Green flag is in the air. We are underway. Overdrove turn 1 a little bit. Pay attention, Dale. Look at that. And to the lead. We're going to lead that first lap. Orion Newman is taking a look at the inside of us. Going to try and shut the door on him. And we successfully do that. That's right. Out to the lead. Just stop overdriving the corners, Dale, and you'll be fine. Stop overdriving corners. Car does get a little bit touchy going into turn 3 if you step on the brakes really, really hard. And it'll do it here in turn 1 too. You really got to be careful and kind of gradually slow the car down in turn 1. Get it pivoted and pointed in the right direction and stab the gas coming off. Here, it's easy to overdrive turn 3. You see how the car kind of snapped when I was on the brakes going into the corner. Just be mindful of that. We're 6 laps into this thing. Car's driving pretty good. Little loose getting into 3. That's really no big deal, though. Car's driving pretty good. Rusty Wallace is now taking the 2nd spot. Going to try and hold these guys off. So 10 laps into the race here, we got a half a second lead now over Tony Stewart, who has taken the 2nd spot away from Rusty Wallace. And a half a second looks about like that. So we got a nice little gap. Back to Tony Stewart. Car is driving good. Still a little uneasy getting into turn 3, but it still does have a nice center off bite to it. So still holding them off at the moment. Got Stewart up my rear end trying to smell what I had for breakfast, apparently. 14 laps into this race, and me and Stewart have pulled away from the rest of the field. Stewart not letting me get away. Got to be real easy going into the corner here, turn 3. I find it funny how now it was loose on fresh tires going into turn 3, but now it's actually tight. It swung the entire other way. Car is losing a little bit of overall grip, but it's still got decent bite center off. It's just turn 3 is the big question mark. Will it be loose going in, or will it be tight going in? Pit stop should be happening pretty soon here. We're on lap 18. Still managing anywhere between a half a second to 7/10 of a second lead here on Tony Stewart. We will be pitting on lap 20. There goes Tony Stewart into pit lane. Kurt Busch is going to stay out. Pit sequences have officially begun here at Richmond. Alright, it is lap 20. Pit cycles are happening. Hopefully my jackman doesn't bust his face open this time and fall over and make a complete fool of himself. I'm going to be pitting this time. Car is pretty good. I'm not going to make any changes to it. No changes. So hopefully my jackman doesn't fall on his face this time. Let's hope the pit crew can actually give me a good stop this week. There we go. That's much better. 16-2. I will take that definitely. Although we got beat out of pit lane, blah, 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 by Tony Stewart. And it looks like Gordon beat us out as well, but we still come out ahead of Kurt Busch. So, good stop by the guys. Although we lost a little bit of time, but a lot better than last week in California. Let's let this pit cycle sequence and catch back up when we're all said and done. So it looks like we'll be P3 at the completion of all the pit sequences here, so not bad. In 3rd after pit stops, only lost 1 spot really to Jeff Gordon. Not bad though. We got some lap traffic in front of us. Gonna try to maneuver our way through this lap traffic. Once again, on our way to a very strong finish. We may not pick up the win here. Stewart's a little bit far out there, but we're still once again on our way to a strong finish, barring any major incidents. Going to try and use the lap cars as picks to try and maybe work my way back up towards the lead. Somebody's blowing up in front of us. That's Jeremy Mayfield. And we're still maintaining. Tony Stewart's in a little bit of traffic right now. He's getting bottled up just a little bit, but I haven't really been able to make any hay on Jeff Gordon. So it's down to a second and a half with 9 laps to go, 8 laps to go here at Richmond. Trying to drive it hard enough to where I could maybe catch these guys, but I don't want to drive it so hard that I end up making a mistake and losing some valuable time. So still trying to just get trying to pass Jeff Gordon here, but without being super duper aggressive. Come right up to the back bumper of Gordon. Car's got real good bite through the center of the corner. You see it right there. Couldn't quite get to Gordon's quarter panel, though. He is in traffic. Jimmy Spencer is in front of him. No, I'm sorry. It's not Jimmy Spencer. That's Casey Mears. I thought I was in Thunder 2002 again. Gonna get around Jeff Gordon for the second spot here at Richmond. And I run into the back of Joe Nemechek again. Because Joe Nemechek just seems to always be in my fucking way. And Christian Fittipaldi, too, now that I see him here. Christian Fittipaldi's in my goddamn way, too. Get out of my way, Christian Fittipaldi. Stewart has cleared this gaggle of lap cars here. Still got to get around Robbie Gordon and Hermie Sadler. But we've got the second spot. I'm okay with that. I think Gordon is starting to... No, he's still behind me. I thought he was starting to fade a little bit, but maybe not. Kurt Busch is there, too. Got to watch out for Kurt Busch, because Kurt Busch pit on the same lap that we did, so he's got equal tires. Gordon and Stewart pit a little bit early, so they might have cars that might fade here in the last few laps compared to us. Got to watch out for things like that. See if I can't try and track Stewart down here once I get around Hermie Sadler, which I will do right here. Tony Stewart's in a little bit of traffic, but he's still pretty far out there. 1.8 seconds out as we come to 2 laps to go here at Richmond. Looks like it's going to be a no contest if Tony Stewart doesn't make any mistakes here. Gordon and Kurt Busch are still kind of there, but they're not really super close anyway, so still a nice little gap back to them. The white flag is out, 1 more lap to go here at Richmond. Get out of my way, Greg Biffle. Greg Biffle, get out of my way. There you go. Good. No block. Tony Stewart's going to take the win here at Richmond. Yours truly picking up another awesome second place finish here in this career mode playthrough. Tony Stewart, yours truly. Jeff Gordon, Kurt Busch, and Kevin Harvick, the top 5. All right. Rusty Wallace, still a great friend of mine. Sterling Mullins kind of not really, and Ricky Craven's kind of not really. So at least I still got Rusty Wallace as a friend to me. So there's the new bank total, $1.36 million, and we could definitely start going to work some more thanks to the renewed sponsorship of Advance Auto Parts, getting some more money this time around. Damn, it seems like every race that I'm completing more things in my EA Sports bio. That's funnier than hell. All right, checking up on point standings here after Richmond, and how about that? We have moved up to second in points. Sweet. Dale O.P. Jarrett, and we gained some points on Jarrett. Look at that. Only 34 points behind. That is freaking awesome. That is awesome. Yes. Dale Jarrett leading the points right now. 4 wins, 5 top 5s, 8 times. So that tells me he didn't even finish in the top 10 at Richmond. While we come away with a strong second place finish, has moved us up now to second place in points. 34 points behind Dale O.P. Jarrett. Tony Stewart, Ryan Newman, and Jeff Gordon in the top 5 with Mark Martin, Kevin Harvick, Redneck Jesus, Ricky Rudd, and Bobby Labonte rounding out the top 10 after Richmond. That is awesome. That is very, very cool. You see the sponsors are nice and happy. 81, 81, 81, 70, 72. Great. It's awesome stuff. What else is great is that we get fresh engine, body, and chassis. But the first things first is I am going to now add this engine shop at $750,000 for 3 races. That is fantastic. And we'll immediately go and start overhauling our chassis, engine, and body. You see all the difference that it makes, again, with the new builders. You know, I know it's just a little bit, but every little bit helps. So that's why it's super, super important. You see, we're broke again. $174,000. We're broke again. But hopefully not for long, because ladies and gentlemen, the next race is the All-Star. That is a $1 million race. If we can win the All-Star, that will pretty much set us forth for career mode for the rest of the season. This is another wrinkle in the rookie career mode that I'll explain in the next video. Once again, big shout out to Dewstorm for painting this paint scheme. This was the second of 4 races for him. Oh, by the way, he's going to be in the next video in the All-Star race as well. So big thank you, big shout out to Dewstorm for the paint scheme. My name is Dale Reynolds, and I sincerely thank you for tuning in and watching to another NASCAR Thunder 2004, the Rookie Championship Season Mode Challenge. Thank you for welcoming me into a part of your life, whatever day that this might be. If you like what you saw, please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell next to the subscribe button. This way you get notified anytime I put up a video, NASCAR Thunder 2004, or otherwise, if you really enjoy what I do. Thank you all so very much for tuning in. I'll see you guys on the next video, which will be the All-Star race at Charlotte. Hopefully that will go very well for us. But until then, I am out of here. Deuces, everybody. Deuces.
Make the ground shake.